Hello and welcome to this new episode. We call this series on YouTube New Insight. Make sure that you subscribe because every time we put up a new video, you will get notifications so you'll stay abreast of all of the great things that are here happening at www.bluezone4 number 4 that is biz.com. I have my colleague Vic Patalano from USA with us. Welcome, Vic.
I am happy to be here, Arif. You're like my E.F. Hutton. Remember E.F. Hutton commercials from way back when? I don't know if you had them in Canada. When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. You're kind of like E.F. Hutton in that sense.
Well, I appreciate it, but this is about getting resources to people just like you and I, and millions of other people who are lost in their journey. See, the word entrepreneurship has been used so loosely, people, lose track of what it means, really.
It's a really good point because it means different things to different people. So maybe we should define that today, here and now, what it means to me, what it means to you, and hopefully our listeners on your YouTube channel will can resonate with that.
So, one of the things we talked about earlier today was how the future is voice activated, which is what we're going to talk about live on Saturday. And this ties in with being an entrepreneur because entrepreneurship, the old sage adage that says that entrepreneurship is you jumping out of the plane and building a parachute down. And we don't want that for our students. We don't want that for our community. The old cliches are dead. Entrepreneurship is actually voice activated through a 90-day program that every person on this planet should take. It has helped millions and millions of people around the globe. The foundations were shared here, my friends. Think and Grow Rich. If you have read this book, I want you to make a comment. If you haven't read this book, this is only $7 at chapters in Canada and US. June 2025 was the date that I bought my very last version. I go through these like I go through hotcakes and ice cream. I gift them out, I give them out. I don't make any money by promoting this, but I am committed to putting the principles here into action to helping millions of people like Napoleon Hill did. See, we have AI, we have internet, we have all of these resources. I don't want to show up at the gate of heaven and God, Allah, whatever you call it, asks me, Arif Gilany, I give you all of these blessings. I give you everything possible. I give you Canada. I give you freedom. I give you unlimited friends and family and travel and passport. What did you do? You call yourself an entrepreneur. What mark did you leave on this planet, my friend? Did you just sell socks? Did you just teach a course? What was your legacy? That's really what we're talking about, Vic, and that's why it's so important to talk about this voice activating the future through a program I learned from my friend John Flaherty, who is in Europe. See, these Europeans have a lot of great knowledge accumulated there. For example, the English have 1,000 years of history, taking everything from around the world and really shaping it, philosophizing it, and making it into incredible things. My famous saying is, when you want to do something, these are the three ways people in the English speaking world do it. There's Americans who say let's go. It's Canadians who's let's say let's talk about it. In the meanwhile, the British is already coming back what Canadians and Americans are thinking of doing or not doing. This is a result of thousands of years of taking knowledge from across the world and using it to their benefit. We see the effect of that today, my friend. Now ask me, how do I voice activate your future?
Funny you should mention that because I was thinking, how does voice activated affect your future? And what is entrepreneurship actually? That's it. I think that needs to be defined what it
Okay.
is to different people. To me, entrepreneurship is the ability of owning your own business and using it as a means in which to profit for yourself, profit for other people, give back, and to be able to do something that will actually shape your legacy. To me, that's what entrepreneurship actually is. Your
So
thoughts on that?
each and every one of us have a different definition of entrepreneurship. My personal definition is having the option, having the options to do what I want, when I want, where I want, and with whoever I want in this world. That is the aim of entrepreneurship, to create options to do what you want, when you want, where you want, and who you want to. That is really the bottom line why people put themselves on fire going through this burning hell to come out on the other side, see, like, the famous speech said, I've been on top of the mountains. When you spend your time with the people that you love, doing what you love, you found your purpose. You found something a little bigger than just a normal life. That is the journey of entrepreneurship, to find out who you really are, what you really want in this lifetime, because we know all of us one day will turn into dust.
So, being voice activated and an entrepreneur by nature, by definition, is creating one's purpose so that they can use that voice in order to do what they do and share it with the world.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way of setting it. But voice activating your future is to have this. Now, that's the second one. First one was what's entrepreneurship, really having the freedom to do what you want, when you want, where you want, with whoever you want. And that's what I'm working on personally. Number two, now how do you get there? Let me ask you this, Vic. What really makes you happy, my friend? On day-to-day basis, what makes you happy? What's the adrenaline in your brain? What causes you to be happy?
Being fulfilled, both physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. All four of those. That's what
Okay.
makes me happy. And currently, I am not having all four of those fulfilled, which means I'm not as happy as I'd like to be. I am over the course of time, and this is going to happen sooner than later, is using the blue zones in the mindset training, the wellness training part of it, and the community that we are creating. And that's key to the whole success of the blue zones, is the community all working together, collaborating in order for everybody to achieve more.
So let me give you the happiness formula. What makes people really happy, Vic, is this: thinking and talking and doing things that they really, really deeply inside them want to do. I give you examples. My better half is a nurse. I one day asked, what really would make you happy? And this is what she says: it would make me really happy if I was like Doctors Without Borders, gone 6 months without worry about money to remote areas of this world where I can help people who are really in need of medical help. Help. So you can find and define purpose, meaning. Again, we talk about five fundamental things that will clarify your purpose, your journey, and make you really, 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 really happy. You know what makes you happy? What makes me happy? To holding the ideal picture of your ideal life, fulfilled relationships, money in your account, incredible relationship. You call people, they pick up, they miss out, they call you right away. You're the first person on their list. That's what really makes you happy. See, when we talk to our family, we're so valuable, we're so important to each other. We don't want to miss a call. I don't want to miss a call from my son, my brother, my mom, the people who are important to me. And how do I do that? If I'm stuck in a job, if I'm stuck in a place, I will miss all of those times. The whole purpose of entrepreneurship to squeeze time frames where you can make a lot of money in a short period of time because you have systems put in place. Now the systems, Vic, can take you 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, sometimes a lifetime. Who did that system at 65? Colonel Sanders sold the chicken fries recipe at 65 and made millions before he died. Like global success I'm talking about. There's so many other examples, and it's never too late to get into a 90-day program to really lay it out on paper, written down. So if anybody asks you in an elevator, Arif, what are you doing here in wherever you want to ask me? I could be anywhere in the world, and I will give you exactly the same answer. The clarity for you comes from putting down the things that are on your mind into a paper. This book was ideas in somebody's mind. His name is Napoleon Hill. He worked with President Franklin Roosevelt and took America out of a recession. They changed the whole conversation. He was a resident at the White House for 5 years, Napoleon Hill. He never got paid a penny. This is interesting. I listened to the story. He says, I was talking to the president. He says, are you on staff or are you on pay? He says, no, Mr. President, I don't know where the pay comes from. I just show up to work and I do it. And what do you do, my friend, Napoleon Hill? I put titles on all American, at that time there was newspapers, about the opportunities that are rising after the collapse of all these 1937 and First World War and recession, the Great American Recession. They had to brainwash a whole nation and convince them to be the best nation on this planet. And we see the effect of American influence around the world. Who helped it? Napoleon Hill. Jesus helped millions of people. People believe in all kinds of religion without believing in themselves, my friend. And belief in yourself comes from clarity. So you go to bed, you're clear about tomorrow. You wake up in the morning, you're clear about your day, about year, about 6 months, about 10 months, about a year. And your job and my job is to keep only two people happy. One, the child that I was when I was 8, 9, 10 had the best life of my life. And two, the person who's in the blue zones, who lives to the age of 85, 95, 100, and look back one day and list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things that I accomplished in this world. That is my legacy. We started this What's Entrepreneurship. Can have so many examples of this. You just need to put on your TV, your radio to see people who are on a mission. Every single successful person so far that I personally have met that has made $1 million in less than a year or in that time period has read this book. Without a question, without doubt, without a question. Some people might come across luck, hit the jackpot, find it, inherit it. Self-made millionaires I talk about. Every single one of them has read this book. Now, health and wellness is really cool subject. That's the pillar of the blue zones, my friend. We have opportunities that you can contribute to the well-being of your community. Here's a man. Here's a man who has 500 locations of good life. Here's a man whose book I have read. The exercises, the mindset, the things that he did, it's all here and it's all transferred into here. I have spoken with Dr. Shaughnessy Crandall about Camel Care products. He said, Mr. Gilany, order my book, use it for your customers to build belief on how miraculous camel fur is, because natural fibers were predominant production of clothing before 1970s when China brought in manufacturing of nylon-based products, my friend. You got brainwashed, so did I. And now we're reversing that brainwash. Vic, any more questions, my friend?
Do you want to talk about the sponsorship thing?
Absolutely. Let me tell you about sponsorship. I have examples of this now. my own community that has absolutely nobody in Canada. There's Kurdish communities all across the world. They call me, they ask me for help. They say, listen, can you help us get some sponsors? We have the biggest square in the city of Toronto. We're going to bring the Kurdish dance. We need your help to promote it, to get people sponsors. How much? 700, 500 to 1,500 to $2,000 to $5,000. You could be in this on the stage. Any business people in GTA, in Canada, I have got the promise. $5,000. You can say your message on the stage of Nathan Phillips Square and be a sponsor of a culture and a history that's been there for 5,000 years. We draw a lot from our history. That's one. Now, why did we integrate this into the Blue Zone? Why? Why do we have a sponsorship system? You want to be able to communicate, verbalize your business, your mission, your purpose very clearly on sessions like you and I are doing, my friend. This is a learning experience for you and a learning experience for me. What I learned from Vic the American mindset. I learned how the American politics work. I work how the global business works from Robert. I learned how networking works in Europe. I learned a lot from my student. We put you in the power position where you are the authority in your field. So people who have no clue but need that authority will pay a price, a membership, a partnership, 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. We have the highest class of coaching and mentorship at $5,000 where we sit down like this. We promote global businesses. I introduce you to the concept of two kingdoms that we're working on right now. You have never heard about the opportunities that will come up in the conversations that you get on those packages. See, this is not just to come and have an event and, sell some products, sell your book and go home. No, we're building a community based on these gentlemen, my friends. This gentleman built a community of 500 people. This is here. Who took on a franchise of $500,000 to $1 million all across Canada. This gentleman has helped millions of people just by controlling their mind. If you're sick, if you're ill, if you have arthritis, if you have, depression, anxiety, read this. I cannot emphasize it. Every person in my business in Primerica got a gift of Think and Grow Rich the minute they got their license, which is the hardest license to get. Here, we educate you for free, my friend. If you want to be a trainer, then you go through the process of sponsorship. Your business, just like my business, just like Vic's business, just like SN Immigration, allow me to share this. Hey, those of you who want to educate yourself in Canada, any of these colleges appeal to you? Well, guess one of our sponsors is who? It's my friends right here. Looking for a licensed immigration services consultant? Yes. Looking for business opportunities, how to act. Future is voice activate. How to activate your future? You come here. You want to look for health and wellness products? We have a special here. You can get 6 pairs of socks. You cannot lose with us. You cannot lose with us. The only thing that you have to figure out is really what you want, and be able to verbalize this in a 90-day program that we will teach you word for word, simple words, simple phrases to change your thinking, and from then to go ahead and change your life, my
friend. As you're talking, I just thought of another potential sponsor who literally my good friend and business partner in many ways, Dr. Stephen Green, was asked to create an entrepreneur course that any college, high school, or anybody can actually put out there that really teaches entrepreneurship.
We have it. We have the course. He can come and he can take the material, he can learn it, he can customize it, he can make it his own. We've taught this in universities in Northern Iraq. We taught this in Istanbul. We taught this in all over the world, in England. Now we're here in Canada, in US, and launching it with, I didn't share the other thing, my world. Listen, One of the tenets of happiness is to have your family around you. Am I correct, Vic? Do you like to be around your family?
Yes, absolutely.
My dream was always to have a business when I could get my family, my immediate family, involved and benefit from. I just introduced my sisters, my family in Sweden to my world, and my world, my travel world, and Lyconet are tying my world together like a beautiful bundle of flowers that you will see, my friend. Now I can proudly bring my friends and family, train them, mind training, have them coach them because we all have a vested interest. We all want to succeed and live happily ever after together. Simple as that. This for everybody, my friend, whether they become a member, whether they become a sponsor, whether they do not become, this is for every person on this planet. Why? We all need to learn from the wisdom of Think and Grow Rich, which I've summarized, which I've juiced up in 2 books, and now we're teaching it online.
All right, so
Thank you for
here's a
watching.
question. Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Which one?
Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, that's a question we need to take to the gods, and God doesn't answer why. I said, God, why me? Why me? Why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? Then I heard a voice within. It says, God doesn't answer why. The question you should be asking God is how. How did the question? How did the chicken or the egg? Which one came first? How did this happen?
Well, it's a rhetorical question, obviously, but it affects us in a big way because we, as an organization, have to exist. And how do we exist? Do we be able to have a ton of members, and the members then gravitate to all the things that we do, or do we build it first and get the sponsors, and then them say, okay, where's the members for them to have the eyeballs to see all the stuff that we do? So there's a caveat there in that sense, and that's the reason why I asked about the chicken the egg thing.
Everything, my friend, starts with the leader. I will put my business into the test in blue zones. I will lead the way to the future every 90 days at a time. Should our sponsors, our students, our wannabes want to follow suit, they can get third party third party validation for everything that we do. We just show the way, you go the way. We show the way, you go the way. That's the way to the blue zones. That's the way to the longevity to age 100. There are people who are ahead of us, living purposefully, financially free, full of joy, full of happiness, surrounded by loving family, have the beautiful home, have the beautiful car, have everything they want. And they are directly, as you know, talking to us, coaching us, mentoring us. And we're on our way. We're on our way in a big way. And we want to take as many people to the promised land as possible, my friend. Those who are willing to follow. Because before you become a leader, you've got to be a follower.
Which is why, in my opinion, we need as many free members signing up at bluezonesforbiz.com as possible so that we can expand that community, get people to understand our vision, and multiply it from there, and then everything else will follow.
My friend, we have 5 services right now. We have health and wellness through Camel Care and through Matlat, which I can share. These are our sponsors, you and I. We have SN Immigration. Any immigration talk to Canada could go through this filter. I guarantee it. I've been looking for immigration consultant for 30 years to bring some of my friends and family so they can visit Canada and go back. We have the person who built our website, www.camelcare.ca, through his team in Pakistan, but he's right here. I will hold him accountable for all our students, all of those who apply to visit, all of those who want to immigrate to Canada, every person that needs our services. That's why there's a consulting fee. You're hiring me. I'm not working for you for free. You're not working for anybody for free. You're hiring me to hold the people that you need held accountable, to hold them accountable, because that's my power. That's my position of accountability.
And we got my world. That's a big one. Saving.
My world is just adding the sugaring on the ice cake, the cake, whatever they say, because it wraps up 50 countries that we can have access to for our coaching, for our teaching, training the trainer, for our socks, for matlet, for anything else that you do. Because in my world, when you sell a mattress, once we're connected here, every time you sell one mattress, my friend, I get paid. I get paid 1%. So if your mattress is $1,000, I get $10. Thank you for your business. How beautiful is that?
Very beautiful.
I mean, nothing comes out of your pocket. They're asking you to give a discount, and once you give that discount to your customers, they will split that discount between all of us. Me as a business owner, you as the business seller, the other customers, and the network that is built here. It's very simple. It's beautiful. It's listen, it's not the first time this has been done. We are just blessed to be at the right time at the right place, and we want to invite other friends, family, business owners, entrepreneurs, and audience to join us on Saturdays to find out if this is for them, to join us on Wednesdays to find out if this is for them. If not, you won't miss the opportunity. If not, you will always wonder, what if? What if is the biggest regret to those two people you want to keep happy. Your 8 to 9 to 10-year old, your 80, 90, 100-year old. If you ever think in those ages, what if? What if? What if I had done this? What if I had done that? Which is the question, and the regret for 90% of people is because they never took action. They never had the courage to go forward in face of adversity, problems, lack of money, lack of family support, lack of good genes, DNA, whatever you call it. It's all reversible. All the conditions that we as human beings suffer physically and mentally are reversible. It is clear that your body replaces every cell. You know, you get a scar on your face, 90 days it's gone. So is your internal, not only skin is like that. Your whole body, including the brain, including the heart, the lungs, the muscles, everything changes every 12 months. Every cell in your body is replaced. That's why some people get shrunk and they get old and they get out of shape and fat and lose themselves, and some keep blowing and growing and getting better. That's what we teach, my friend. That's why everybody needs to be here.
I agree. So let's grow this community
Thank
and
you. Thank you. We'll
expand
see
it.
you on Saturday. We got lots of stuff. We'll update the website with the packages. Those who are in this community, you subscribe to this channel because you like our content. And if you like our content, we guarantee our socks, our mattresses, our courses, everything is 100% money back guarantee. You're not happy? We refund you, no questions asked. How's that?
And opt in, sign up for free at Blue Zones 4, the number 4 biz.com to make all the great fun stuff happen. There you go. There's our cool website. Sign in for free, and the magic will begin.
Thank you, sir. Let's go and make miracles happen, my friend. Thank you for your time, Mr. Patalan.
You got
Have
it.
a
Take
great
care, Arif.